Hello everybody, this is Dr. Seaton with the Chiropractic Place. Today's video is about sitting versus smoking. There's actually a lot of evidence to suggest that sitting all day long, whether it's with work or whatever, is almost the equivalent of smoking with respect to cardiovascular health. That tells you that sitting a lot is not good for our heart. It's not good for our health. So if this is true, can you imagine if somebody sits and smokes? I mean, the increased cardiovascular risk for that person is tremendous. And the reason I talk about this is because this is still the number one killer in our country is heart health. Heart attacks, congestive heart failure, all of that lumped into one is, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of deaths every year. It's still the leading killer in our country. So it's good for us to talk about with respect to our health because we want to have an approach, especially if you have a desk job that requires you to sit. So we're going to kind of just go over some basic stuff today, real simple about how blood flow works. Quite frankly, movement moves blood. Yes, our heart is a muscle and it pumps and it circulates blood throughout our body, but the muscles also push the blood that's in the veins back up to the heart. So if you just sit and the muscles don't do that, the heart has to work a lot harder to move that blood. What does that mean? Your heart needs you to move to help it do its job. That's why people who exercise regularly, who walk a lot, who move around, tend to have lower blood pressure than people who don't. It's because their body and the muscles are doing their part of the job. They're helping the veins, they're helping the blood move back up to the heart so that we can circulate properly. So hopefully that makes sense. Movement moves blood, okay? Ideas for if you have to sit with your job. This is something I started doing back in college. At my chiropractic college, we had standing desks in the back row. And I got this thing right here called a wobble board. And I would stand on that while we were in class, and I would take notes on my standing desk. Now, you can stand up, and that alone is a lot better than just sitting because you can kind of move around. But I'm going to demo here. I know you can't see it, but when you're standing on a wobble board, you're also engaging balance receptors and joints and muscles in a different way. And this will actually, as silly as this might look or seem, standing on that wobble board will actually wake up your brain, because a lot of times if you're sitting all day, there's nothing for your brain to do. Your brain loves movement. Like 90% of the stuff that goes on in your brain is related to sensory input from your body with respect to movement. What does that tell you? Your brain wants you to move. And so if you ever fight it in the afternoon, if you have a desk job and you're like, God, why am I so tired? Try a sit-stand desk and try standing on one of these. You'd be amazed at what it does to your mental alertness in the afternoon as well. Not to mention, it's helping the muscles, it's helping your joints, and it's helping your heart circulate that blood. So this I bought back in college for like $40 or $50. You can find these on Amazon for like $25. I've had this for 20 years. And it still works perfect. So that's something to consider. If you get a sit-stand desk, you can have a wobble board. And let's not forget the easiest one too, just start getting daily exercise. You need to move. Remember, movement moves blood. And if you want to improve your cardiovascular health and your overall health and well-being, we got to move around. I'm Dr. Seaton with the Chiropractic Place.